Interesting one this. Nissan Qashqai, 2015. Believe it to be a J11 model. The third cylinder, no compression whatsoever. Engine running like as rough as you like, really. It's running like a pig. Although it is running on 3 cylinders. Won't rev, it's into limp mode. No compression at all on that third cylinder. With the removal of inlet manifold and exhaust manifold, can rotate the engine and can see the valves moving inside. The valve springs and followers are returning, so they're following the lobes of the camshaft, of both camshafts even. But interestingly, it had a camshaft crankshaft correlation error from the scan tool, and looking here, this is the pink tag link on the timing chain in relation to the exhaust camshaft. This one should be in line with this pink tag on this side. Hopefully that's visible. So this inlet manifold appears to be out of time, and then on the underside we have slightly hidden. I have to get myself a torch and come back. So, excuse me. Okay. On the crankshaft pulley, there's that black triangle which should be lined up with that pink link in the chain. That's the same chain that went up around there, both camshafts. And then on the balance shaft, there's an indicator there that should line up with a black link on the chain, which is there, and also has a reference link on the crankshaft, which we can't see here at the minute. So, although we've got no compression, it's possible that it's the timing, the position of the piston within the cylinder when it's on its compression stroke, that the valves are slightly open and not allowing compression to build. We'll see. The plan is to realign all the timing as per the manual, and then recheck compression at each cylinder, and then see where we'll go from there. Happy days. Okay, the progress so far was to establish the compression fault. You could hear it on turnover, you could hear the rotation of the starter motor kind of missing a beat with that one cylinder dropped out. But to confirm it, put a oscilloscope amp clamp around the ground leads of the battery. That's nice and easy to get at, much easier than this on the positive side. That confirmed there was a cylinder dropped out, so then did physical compression tests on all 4 ports with the plugs removed, and that was just further confirmed, but identified exactly which cylinder we're looking at. So we've got an issue with cylinder 3, but having the inlet and exhaust manifolds removed, you can see from inside that the valves are raising and lowering following the camshaft, and ditto on the exhaust. So then brought the piston up to top dead centre and tried putting a bore scope down, but the LEDs unfortunately on my bore scope were a little lacking and failed to light it up properly. So then probed the inside of the cylinder to feel for any physical damage to the top of the cylinder and couldn't feel any. So my thought is maybe the cylinder's not, by some quirk of fate, not impacted the valves, and it may just be a timing chain skipping a few links issue. So we'll have a look at that. Camshaft caps, basically on the inlet side the lettered A, B, C, and the final one's D. That's viewed from the inlet manifold side. Exhaust caps are numbered 2, 3, 4 and 5. The last cap's not numbered, and the first cap is a joint cap here behind the variable timing. Can't quite see in there. There should be positioned with the grooves facing up. The light's not great to be able to see that. You might just be able to see that one. And that's the approximate location. It's not spot on. When it's in the car, it needs to be finalised, but that's an approximate location for the timing setting. Note the lobes on the first cylinder. On the different variations of this engine, viewed from the front here, the lobes will be pointing up slightly towards each other. On this engine they don't appear to. They face down inside. Not that it's relevant, it's just confusing when you see a lot of things that say these should be pointed up together, and they don't on this particular engine. Okay, the sequence working from the middle, as per head bolts, as per most things, work from the middle out, progressively tightening, just taking up the tension, working out, and gradually bring it down to a point where everything's seated and the camshafts home and all the caps are home, and then you can go through your sequential torquing down of them. We'll just do it in a nice, you can feel just use of the socket. Similarly with this one, the only issue is that you need to work carefully with these 3 bolts. These are actually the last in the sequence to tighten down, but if you just work from the centre, work out, progressively out, then come back to the centre, work out again, and just pull everything down in a nice, even, orderly fashion, everything should be good. Okay.